He's had injury problems in the past. Healthy so far this year as that one is way off. But Karam's right to Park. Elung says not today. Leon Elung with a rejection. And here come the Seagulls.
Well, you saw Stump on the miss, and then Andrew Park, the freshman out of South Korea, had tried to get that kind of rebound and put back, but as you mentioned, Elung, no way.
Able to finish on the other end is Xander Jimenez. Jimenez about 7 points per game. Shoots about 45.5% from the floor, so an effective shooter. Camper trying to respond. Downs trying to keep it going. That time off glass did not get the fall. 30-19. Drawing the double is Jimenez. At the elbow, he loses it. It's taken away by Camper. Here come the Seagulls again. Elung. Flanked by Lutz and Churchill Bounds. Joey Lutz checking in. Gets the cross-court feed. Quickly makes the pass back up top to Camper. Bounds. Lutz. This will be a deep two if it goes. It does not. Elung stepping in on Coleman. Over to Stump. He'll try for three. Off. 1 of 14 now in the first half from deep are the Garnet.
Yeah, you thought that the momentum was going to shift a little bit after Hansen was able to break the 0 for 11 slumber, but it's just kind of not really been able to fall all game. That's why I want Swarthmore to go back to what we know them for and go back to the paint, control the rebounding presence. I don't know if the size of the Seagull team is scaring the Garnet right now. You know, you got a couple of 6'7" guys, Patrick Wynn, Leon Elung, Calvin Thomas, and then obviously the Churchill Bound 6'10" guy. I don't know if that's kind of deterring them, but when they've been able to go back to that, I think it's been working out for them. But going back to the three-pointer, unless something drastic changes here in the halftime break, I think you got to abandon it at least to the tune of 1 for 13.
On the other side, Salisbury, there's a bucket with under a minute remaining. The Seagulls right now shooting 43% from the floor. That a little bit above their game average, which is just about 42%. That 42% is a team last in the C2C. So Salisbury trying to figure it out shooting-wise. Graves drives to the cup, stops with the double. Great defensive recovery in and out as Kageyama did enough to reroute it. Garnet trying to keep it going. Another three in the corner. Boom! This one from Paquette. Who else? Just a 6-point game after Salisbury exploded out of the gate. Shot clock turned off with 16 seconds to go. The Seagulls can hold with the last shot and try and salvage some bit of momentum heading into halftime. Camper doubled, works around, up top Bryan. Bryan drives, Red Sea almost parts, Bryan scores, and there's the buzzer. Elijah Bryan. We thought a charge might get called, but Bryan capitalizes, and the Seagulls lead at 32-24 at the break.
And we see Leffler there towards the NCAA logo trying to plead his case on that most recent play. As you mentioned, Elijah Bryan finally getting his first bucket. He's kind of been left alone to have the ISO on Calvin Thomas seemingly this entire game. And now that time you saw the space that it provided to Elijah Bryan to be able to drive in. And then after that, credit to him, he used a lot of physicality to drive in on with one of their 2 3-point makes that they've made.
57-point total. As Tyler Ball starts things off in the second half strong defensively, taking the ball away. $42 points was the total, by the way. Carter Bradley, our computer operator, was doing play-by-play in that game, got to witness the greatness firsthand. That one rolls around and does not fall.
Get on the rebound. This is what you have to continue to do here for Swarthmore.
Elung trying to recover. The kick into the corner. Salisbury still running man defense. They have not run really zone at all today. Some English and a nice finish from Devin Berger. Fancy, fancy stuff.
Hey, you talk about the man defense there. it was a nice job by Tyler Ball. He had the responsibility of the far wing, but he was able to get a hand in there, and that kind of made Berger hesitate a little bit, and you saw all the hesitation that he had with that shot. Just luckily for the Garnet, he was able to really persist through that play and end up to the bottom of the cup.
Graves picked up his dribble, bounds, tries from deep, sinks it. Churchill bounds, opens up the Seagulls scoring in half number 2. He's up to 9 points now. Corner 3 is left short. And the deep ball woes continue. 2 of 16 now. Bounds at the low block. Working at the baseline against Berger. Bounds tries to use his strength. It's defended well by Berger, but he could not handle the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds. Berger, the senior from Orano, Minnesota, has been pretty consistent in terms of scoring. 11 points in 2 straight. So has only just 2 to this point in the game here. Turned over by the Seagulls. Elon can't swipe it back. Hounding Hansen, who double dribbled. Hansen pleading his case to the official, saying that Elon deflected it, which would nullify the double dribble. But he's not going to get the call.
I tell you, you see number 2 in maroon and gold in Aiden Camper going to inbound this. He's going to keep on setting up his office on the near side corner. They haven't really swung the ball his way a lot. I'm expecting them to maybe try and shoot it his way here on the next couple of drives and try and get Swarthmore off guard. It seems like currently they have, I think it was Kageyama out there. It was either Kageyama or Ryan Chu out there, one of the 20s. As you see, it is Brady Kageyama. I think that's a pretty good matchup. I think eventually you have to try and at least target him at some point throughout these next couple drives.
Kageyama, a good man defender, picks up bounds. Here's the 3 from Camper, right on cue. Mike, great call.
Not exactly from the corner, but from the wing. I'll take that.
Almost stolen away from Hansen. Here's the pull-up. Pure shot from Eddie Paquette. No real surprise there as he's in double figures now with 11.
We're starting to see a lot more of kind of those patient shots that we're seeing out of both sides, where they get the ball and they're kind of looking for the open shots and not really trying to force anything.
Salisbury, another offensive rebound. Elong gets swiped. In terms of conference ranking, Salisbury second in offensive rebounds per game. They average a little over 14. Surprisingly, though, they're not doing so well. They're not matching that on the defensive glass. They're last in the conference in defensive rebounds per game. As Graves can't get it. Bounds. Taps it over to Ball. It's out of bounds, and now Jamison Graves is hurt. Uh-oh.